The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Trades, and more trades. One ESPN NFL analyst has the Jets involved in 6 night one draft trades. Are any of them even possible? We'll break it down with Frankie V from U Stadium. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Wish you could have been a Jet, Fernando.
Let's see what happens.
What's your message to the Jet fans in New York?
Jets, Jets.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. It is indeed the Jake Asman Show presented by PrizePicks. Reminder, we have a draft party coming up 2 weeks away. RSVP if you're coming to Pittsburgh to be a part of all the festivities at McFadden's right next to where the NFL draft is being held. Reminder to make sure you like the video and you are subscribed to my channel for daily Jets content as we are nearing 45,000 subscribers. So thank you to everyone who tunes in each and every day. Let's say hello to our guy, Frankie V, who joins us here on a Wednesday afternoon. Frankie, you might get your wish if Daniel Jeremiah and Peter Schrager's sources are right that the Jets are leaning Bailey over Reese. How we feeling, man?
I mean, listen, man, I think people at the Jets have, been looking at my debates on your show. Clearly, I think that's starting to, sway.
And now joining us is Joe Blue.
Stone Cold music. No, man, you know what? Listen, it's going to be an interesting analysis here for the Jets because I don't really think they have an answer. But are you going to project and go with this idea of who Arvell Reese could be and what he could be? Or are you going to go with who's someone that on day one could be a guy that's going to give you 8 to 10 sacks as a rookie? I'm in the minority, I think, in this conversation because I don't see Reese as an edge. And I also think Bailey has a really high ceiling. I understand if people don't think that. I totally get it. That's just something that I'm probably unique on. And I'm not just saying it to be a contrarian. But we'll see, Jake. We'll see. It's nice though that the Jets don't seem to be completely stuck on Reese at this point, that they're going to do a little bit of diligence. And now with all these rumors about these trades, I mean, you sent me that article today. I'm like, wait, the Jets are in every trade on this. Like, what the hell's going on here?
They really are. We'll get into that article shortly. I want to remind people that if you're just tuning in, that we have a lot of content on the channel every day. So make sure you are, again, subscribed to the channel. And how about a giveaway at the end of the show? A little Jets jersey of your choosing. Joe Namath, Joe Klecko, Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett, Darrell Revis, Nick Mangold, and Keyshawn Johnson are the choices. Enter before the show is over. We spin the Wheel of Champions at the end, and we already have 2 people that have qualified for the raffle. Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, and Sean Bennett each have gifted a membership. They are the first 2 to be entered in the jersey raffle at the end, plus our weekly raffle prize, our 68th weekly raffle since December of 2024. And in honor of raffle 68, we had to go with the Joe Namath top prize. Signed Namath helmet, prize 1. Signed Revis helmet, prize 2. Braylon Allen signed jersey is prize number 3. And an Anthony Beck signed jersey is prize number 4. With that, let's get to some of these trades, Frankie, because, again, I think it's going to be hard for the Jets to move out of number 2 and for a team to want to come up. But our first trade that Bill Barnwell of ESPN.com put together here is actually the New York Jets trading with the Raiders. The Jets moving up from 2 to 1. I'm going to show you what it looks like. You tell me if there's any chance. So here's the proposed deal. The Raiders, they get the Jets' 2nd overall pick. The Jets trade pick 33, which is the 2nd round pick that they have, the first pick of round 2, and then their own 4th round pick, which is 103. Jets move up one spot and they draft Fernando Mendoza. In the article, Barnwell says this would only happen if the Raiders aren't sold on Mendoza, which, again, all signs point to the fact that they're taking him first overall, but I'll play along. If this deal is possible, would you make it?
If that deal's possible, you're damn right I would make it, and I wouldn't even think twice about it. You know how much I love David Bailey, but quarterback trumps everything in this league. You're not winning football games because of an edge rusher. So look at Myles Garrett, look at Max Crosby. These guys haven't really won anything. So quarterback is quarterback for a reason. So I'm making that move. Now, I don't think the Raiders would make that move.
No.
If you're gonna trade the first overall pick, you at least want a future one. So throw in another, 2027 first in there. Now,
if they asked for, dude, if the Raiders wanted the Jets second overall, obviously, and they wanted 16 and a 1 next year, I would say, you know what? I kind of understand it. The fact that the 2027 firsts aren't in any of these deals here, why would the Raiders even consider that? There's no way this would be enough. This would be the ultimate steal for the Jets. You still would have a 2nd round pick. You still would have pick 16 from the Colts, and you maintain your 3 1s next year. Like, this is like one of those like dumb, simulator deals that would never actually happen. You throw out any point value when we're talking about a quarterback in a 1 quarterback draft in Fernando Mendoza. This is the most obvious. You run and make this deal, which is why it's never going to happen.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Because I'm looking at right now this Rich Hill chart method. I always like to go by the Rich Hill method more than the Jimmy Johnson or there's like a Belichick one. On the Rich Hill method, the Jets would actually net points on this. So, and that's, when you're talking about quarterback and the premium that it's going to cost in order to trade up for a quarterback, it always costs more. The Jets in that trade proposal are still netting 70 points. 1 is 1,000. So the Jets get 1. They give up 2, which is 717, 33, 180, and 103, 33. That nets out, that equates out to, 930. The Jets are still netting in that deal. You're going to lose when you're trading up, for a quarterback at 1. You're just going to net in the negative. It's just how it goes. So the fact that they're even netting positive on that just shows how off base that sort of trade is. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how you make a trade deal like that in an article and you don't have, why we're giving them 33, they could easily get 16 out of that from us, right? We don't have to pull our arm no, we'll take 33. We don't want 16. You could easily give him 16. You would have given 2, 16, and 103. I'd give him 2, 16, and 33 they could take.
Yeah.
Take it. Take those 3 picks. I'll give you 104 too. I don't know. I could sleep well. You could wake up Muji pretty late. That's just crazy, dude. That's wild.
It ain't happening. Now, excuse me. This next one, I also don't think would happen, but it's an interesting conversation. So this one involves the Jets trading out of 2 with Bob Saleh and the Titans. So the Titans are coming up from 4 to 2, and the Jets would receive the Titans' 4th overall pick. They would acquire a 3rd round pick from Tennessee, which is pick 66, and they would get a 2027 4th rounder, which is the 4th rounder next year, of course. I would make this deal in a second. The Jets don't have a 3rd. They now would have one. They obviously would still be picking in the top 4. So you're in position to get, let's say it's Sonny Styles, maybe it's Reuben Bain, Arvell Reese, David Bailey, who's ever not picked by Tennessee in this spot. You're still going to get a premium player, and you got a couple of extra picks, including one on day 2 this year in a round you didn't already have a pick. So this, to me, is certainly more realistic than the first trade that ESPN's Bill Barnwell suggested in this story. I don't think this would happen, but I also would make this deal in 2 seconds if this was actually a scenario the Jets could pull off.
Yeah, this one's a little bit more interesting for me because, listen, 2 in this draft, you can justify the player that's going 2nd overall with the player that's going 4th overall in many ways. If you want to say Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs at 4, you can make an argument is just as good or right there with 2. Overall, the point system with Rich Hill says that this is a really bad trade for the Jets. They're saying that this is the worst one of the bunch because they're valuing 2 at 717 and they're valuing 4 in this model at 468. The Jets would be giving up 564 points. Excuse me, the Jets would get 564. And the Titans would actually get with just 2, 717. That would net minus 153. So the model's saying that this is the worst trade of them all. But you know what? Like, ideally, Jake, in that trade, don't give me a 2027 4th. Give me a 3rd, right? Sweeten that up a little bit. Give me a 3rd, or sweeten up that 66 if you want to. Sweeten that up. Give me a 2nd rounder, a later 2 or whatever. I don't even know where the Titans are picking at 2. But I would sweeten that up a little bit. That on its surface, I wouldn't do because I don't love the 4th in 2027 and 66 in this draft. Yes, I like a lot of the 3rd round value, and we don't have a 3rd round pick, so I see it a little bit clearer there. But I'm not all the way with that one. It's not, I mean, listen, it's not the worst. I mean, if the Jets want, let's say, Jeremiah Love or Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs, and they're off this whole edge thing, which isn't the worst idea in the world, by the way. This would make sense, giving us a 3rd, getting us the player that we want anyway, and then we would just get an extra 4th in 2027. Would rather that be a 3rd.
I would do this. I think there's enough
you
value
would?
there. Yeah. Again, I'm moving 2 spots. I'm still getting a premium player, and I'm picking up an extra 3rd round pick. So I'm fine with it. Plus, I like the idea of getting another pick in 2027.
I just wish that pick in 2027 was a little higher, though. Like a 4th, it's always a 4th.
Ask for a 3rd. You might be able to get that.
That's what if that was a 3rd, I might consider that for sure.
If I could still get Sonny Styles in that, I'm in. Because I think Styles, I don't love it at 2, but at 4 and I'm getting extra picks, I'm in. Works for me.
Yeah, it's not the worst idea.
This next one is fascinating. Jerry Jones, he's old. He's desperate. Is he going to be this bold, though? Cowboys trade with the Jets. They're coming up from 12 to number 2. The Jets in this trade acquire the 12th overall pick, a 4th rounder from Dallas, which is pick 112. So then the Jets would have 3 picks in the 4th round this year, a 2027 first round pick, and a 2027 3rd round pick. Now, this is a big jump back because Dallas is coming up 10 spots, but I would do this because, one, the Jets would have 4 first round picks in 2027. I don't believe in Aaron Glenn. I don't think most Jet fans believe in Aaron Glenn. Having 4 first round picks to sell a new coaching staff on, a new head coach on, makes your job way more attractive. Plus, the Jets might need that extra first round pick to finagle the board to come up and get whoever the top quarterback is a year from now, or whoever the top QBs are. So I like having the extra ammunition, and I'm still able to get a really good player, I believe, at 12 plus an extra 4th. I like the idea of the Jets making this deal. I don't know what player Dallas is in love with. Do they got to come all the way up to 2? I mean, is Jerry Jones that desperate for David Bailey or Arvell Reese? I doubt it. But again, if this deal is realistic, I would make this deal. I know some people might say, it's too far. You're not going to get a blue chip player. I'm okay with that. I'd rather give me all the picks. I could take Vega, the Penn State guard, at 12. I could get my pick at receiver here. I still own pick 16. I have pick 33. I just feel like the Jets are so set up if they could actually do something like this. Plus, you have 4 first round picks in 2027. So I would do this. I doubt the Cowboys are going to be this bold, but I would do this. What say you?
I would absolutely do this. On the point system chart, this is the biggest fleece for us out of the bunch. We actually net over 200 points on this. And if you actually look, if you look at any big board, or if I'm releasing mine pretty soon, I have 12 top guys in this draft that I just have separating themselves from everybody else, like my top 12 players. So you can guarantee here, yourself with Bailey, Reese, Love, Mendoza, Styles, Downs, Delane, Bain, Tate, Mauanoa, Ioane, and then Jordan Tyson. So you're guaranteed one of those 12 players. Put those in whatever order you want. You could mix and match those, actually. You could flip those upside down in this draft. Honestly, it's that kind of draft.
Look how many picks they would have, though, right? You move back to 12. You're still at 16, 33, 44. I mean,
no, that would be awesome, dude. An extra first, and what you just said is so true. An extra first next year, if Glenn doesn't work out, I mean, how enticing is that? And even if Glenn were to stay another year and Muji, I mean, that's capital and a half, and you're giving yourself another third. Yeah, and 112. I mean, that's a home run, man. That's as much of a home run as you're gonna get. So I'm completely down with that.
Makai Lemon at 12.
Yeah,
Owane at 16.
Totally. You could even, you know what? You could even
Caleb Downs at 12 if he falls to you.
When you do something like that, and I think the Jets should entertain something like this. You know what you do in this situation? You brought him up with the first player you brought up, Vega Ioane. If you get him at 12, you're telling yourself, you know what? Let's build the right way. Let's get this offensive line ironclad. So damn good with Vega here. Yeah, is 12 a little bit of a reach for what Jet fans might be comfortable with, considering the amount of capital we spent on the offensive line? Yes, but you're building in a different way. You're building up front. You're building through the trenches, and then you can get cute next year and start really bringing in some firepower into this thing. You're building the foundation to the house. I like that idea. It's something that they should entertain. Yeah. And Jake, I think there's going to be teams. The Jets should be on the phones right now with teams. If they're not in love with Reese or Bailey enough, you know, I like Bailey, but I'll be realistic. If a team wants to come up and take him, you got to entertain the idea. I don't know if I would. In that case, I would, but I wouldn't be just going out there just championing like, oh, the number 2 pick's up for sale for Bailey per se. But you got to do your diligence, man, with Reese and Bailey. And there's going to be teams that are going to love one of those guys. I also think there's going to be teams that might like Francis Mauanoa or even Vega Ioane. I know people think it's crazy, but sometimes these offensive linemen, they're like the finishing pieces to the puzzle to some of these really premier teams. You may just have a team that wants to just grab one of these guys. They'll give you an extra third rounder, and you could use that this year or next year. We don't have a third rounder this year. So there's avenues here. I'd be fine. I kind of hope the Jets trade back in a weird way, man. I just think it like you build the foundation to the house, and then, you know, we can worry about, you know, bigger things next year.
I'm in again. Give me all the picks.
Right? Like,
give me all the picks.
We need it. Yeah.
Build the team. Ozzy in the raffle for one. We're giving away a Jets jersey at the end of the show for those just tuning in. We also have ASMANIAC Madness coming up. It's our final round of 32 matchup in the tournament, and it's a great one. The 2 seed, Bobby Midnight, against the number 7 seed, Party with Peg and Artie.
Wow. That's going to be tough.
Right.
That's going to be a close one.
Once we get past this matchup, the Sweet 16 will officially be set, and that will get underway tomorrow afternoon with the Lane Train and Chef Kevin in the leadoff spot for that one. Yeah, baby. Where's my sounder? Hit it. All right, more trades here, Frankie. Here is the 4th possible trade that ESPN's Bill Barnwell.
6 trades in there. I thought it was a Jets trade article. No, it was, these are trades that could happen. The Jets are in 6 of them, which
yes,
is right? Isn't that
the concept of the article was 32 trades for each potential pick of the NFL draft. And since the Jets have so many picks, they're in 6 of the 32. It's insane. So here is the 4th trade we're breaking down of the 6, the Chargers. So this is the Jets making a deal with the Chargers to trade out of pick number 16. So the Chargers are trading up. The Jets are going to sit at 16 and then move back to 22. Here's what they would get. They'd acquire pick 22. They'd pick up a 3rd, which is the 86th overall selection, and they would get a 3rd next year. Now, I've been on board with each of the first 3 trades we've talked about, and I'm not on board with this deal, but this is tough for me to just say yes or no without more information, because at pick 16, if Makai Lemon's there or Jordan Tyson's there, or, you know, there's a player we're not thinking of that somehow slides the 16, I don't know if I would make this deal if I'm the Jets. I might want to just take that player. If all the receivers are gone and I can move back to 22 still get a good player that I'm comfortable with. Maybe you don't want Omar Cooper at 16, but you think he could be there at 22 in this sort of scenario, then I would probably do this deal. But while I was definitive in my answer to the first 3 trades we discussed that I would do it, this one is more, I got to see what the board looks like before I just say yes or no to this.
You're spot on. That's 100% the right way to look at it. And that's how any, real GM would look at the situation there. Like if you're bored, things just sort of fall off a cliff after, let's say, Kenyon Sadiq, and he's there at 16. He's the last guy in that sort of next tier of players you have. You take him at 16. If he's not there, and then you have, let's say, the safeties, then some of the guards, but you can justify those guys at 22, and you kind of have Emmanuel McNeil-Warren right there with, Pregnon or Denzel Boston or however your board kind of fits, and you could get one of those 3 players at 22, you just make the deal. So yeah, that's totally the right way to look at it. I like the deal though. I like getting a 3rd rounder, Jake, and I like getting another 3rd rounder next year to move down 6 spots. I think if your first cohort or, second cohort of guys are off, then yeah, if they're off, make it. Definitely. I do like that though. I really want to get into the 3rd round this year. That's a later 3rd rounder. But I want to get a 3rd round pick this year. We don't have one. And I think you could hit on some quality in the 3rd round this year.
We're breaking down Bill Barnwell's shocking Jets trades. We've done 4 of them. We got. Do
you know
more.
Bill? You know Bill?
I do know Bill.
All right.
I thought he was incredibly biased when the Jets got Aaron Rodgers a couple of years ago. Like he said they were better off signing Teddy Bridgewater than making Rodgers. I was like, really, dude? So we threw him in the shadow realm for that years ago. But yeah, I haven't spoken to him in a long time. What do we have here? All right, here we go.
So did not say that, Teddy Bridgewater.
He did.
That's wild.
This one is a trade up from 16. So it's the Jets being aggressive here. The Jets are moving up from 16, and they're moving up to number 10 with the Cincinnati Bengals, who own the number 10 selection. So the Jets are going to take the 16th pick, and they're going to use pick 44, and they're going to move up 6 spots to the Cincinnati Bengals spot in the draft. And it's interesting because when we have done some trade talk on the show, I have suggested, hey, let's take 16 and 44 and let's move up if Carnell Tate starts to slide. If Mekhi Lemon's there and we really want him, right? If Caleb Downs is still there and the Jets are like, screw it, we have these extra picks. We just want 2 dominant game records. We want Reese. We want Downs. We're building our team. We want superstars to supplement our roster here. I'm all for using 16 and 44 in a trade up for the right player. I would need to know who we're trading up for before I just say yes. But in theory, I don't mind making this sort of deal. You have the extra second. You're basically swapping 16 for 10, 1 additional 2, and you're getting back a 4th. So now I'd have 3 4th-round picks, Frankie. I could package those forwards, get back into the 3rd round. It's really not that much if you look at it through that lens. This makes sense to me if the right player is there for the Jets. And obviously in this scenario, they're moving up for someone they're coveting.
What's interesting about this trade is this is the exact trade that Kaz had. We just did a pod earlier today. That's the exact trade that he had the Jets making on the Post Sports Plus piece he had. And they got Caleb Downs at 10. Literally, they gave 16 or 44 to move up to 10, and they got Downs. Listen, if Caleb Downs is there at 10, I'm probably making that move. If Mansour Delane's there at 10, it's interesting. Carnell Tate for sure. Outside of that, though, I'm probably not going to do that. I don't like giving up 44 to just get to 10. I think you can get to 7 or 8 with 44 involved with 16. Technically, you can, based on the points value chart. You see the Jets are also getting out of that 110.
I would do this for Carnell Tate if he starts to slide.
I would. Yeah, I would. I would do it for Tate. Definitely. Yeah. Tate, Delane, and Downs. I'm in. Yeah. I think, if you look at the quality of player that all 3 of those guys are, you can justify them being, well, obviously with Delane and Downs, they're the best at their position in this class, and Tate is right there. He's a wide receiver one on a lot of people's boards. So yeah, you're getting the top player at their position, at positions of value, especially positions that we need. We need safety. We need a safety. We need a corner, and we definitely need another receiver. So yeah, I'm with that. I'm not doing that trade though, like before the draft, just because. Like,
now,
you
know, these are
like
all
this is like a draft day thing, right? Like, yeah.
I feel like
like you would
in
have
the first one
before. Like if the Bengals offered you this tonight, would you do it?
No, because I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Who am I trading up for? The only trade you do before
Cowboys
is the first one.
The Cowboys trade I would do before, probably.
Yeah. Okay. So the Cowboys one I would do before. The Jets trading with the Raiders I would do, of course, before.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd do the Titans one before too. Screw it. Let me just lock in the extra picks now.
I mean, that's fair. I wouldn't, but I get your point.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. I see Sean Bennett is crying that we did not get to a super chat yet. Sean, are you new around here? We're doing the opening segment, and then we will mix in the super chats. But Sean wrote, you super chat and you're restricted on what you could say. Lame. Sean, we will get to your super chat. You know what, Sean? I'm going to make an exception for you because I'm sure your super chat is so important that we must stop the show to read it. So here we go. Sean Bennett, everybody. So, ... latest, keep trading down, ... because our scouts and pass must have down disorder, good in later picks. Sean, thank you very much. I have no idea what you're talking about. But I will try and interpret. I will trade down to a point. I want extra picks. If I could get a first in 2027, I'm doing it. But I'm not just going to trade down for the sake of trading down. I'd want to see what the board looks like if I'm going to trade out of 16. So hopefully that answers your question, Sean. Or if it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. Please type better English, and I'll do my best next time.
I thought you were going to send him to the shadow realm. You're close, right?
It's just like I'm getting yelled at for not getting to a super chat. Super chat's not even in English. Please. All right.
I'll say this. The reason why trading down is something that is interesting in this draft is because I don't see that many blue chip prospects. Like every single prospect you want to bring up has a negative or a weakness that could affect their ability to become a star in the NFL. Name anybody. Go ahead if you want to list them. Name anyone. I'll even tell you with Bailey. It's his run defense, obviously. We just spoke about it. Reese, he doesn't have a position. Mendoza, high volume passing. Everything was very controlled at Indiana. You know, Jeremiah Love's a little bit thinner between the tackles. Does he have the strength to be a blue chip running back talent? Go down the list. The only player I think is blue chip, if I had to pick one, is probably Vega Ioane. I think is a blue chip guard prospect, but he's a guard, and guards usually don't go in the top 10. So, you know, Caleb Downs is smaller, and if you're going to play two high shell safety, is he going to be able to do that? You want him to play in the box. That position's sort of being changed in the NFL. I know Kyle Hamilton does it and Derwin James. So I love Caleb Downs, by the way. Bane, it's his arm length. I mean, every single player in this draft. So, yeah, if you're going to trade down and gather assets to be able to maximize your ability to hit on starters and not, you know, jeopardize your ability to get a blue chip player, yeah, of course trading down makes sense. In if you're drafting second this year, you know?
Well said. You ready for the worst of all the deals by far?
No.
Here we go, folks. The worst of all the deals that Bill Barnwell proposed. The Jets trade back in to the end of the first round with the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel, he's not he's not going to be spending time with NFL insiders during the draft at a romantic hotel in the Phoenix area. He'll be locked in, taking the call from Muji here as the Jets will trade back into the first round. And what do they give up? They give up pick 33 and pick 44. They're trading 2 second-round picks to get back into the first round. Patriots at pick 31. They also receive New England's second-round pick, so it's a pick swap, and they get a fourth. This right here is one of the dumbest trades I have ever seen proposed. What is the purpose of this? Again, which player could the Jets possibly need that you want to make a deal with the New England Patriots?
That's definitely assuming that's 100% a trade for Ty Simpson, by the way. Because what that's basically saying is there's a team that's going to want to trade at 32 to guarantee a 5th-year option on Ty Simpson. And you just move a pick above them just to make sure that doesn't happen.
Or it's a team that's worried the Jets at 33 would take Ty, so they're trying to make a deal.
Yep. Yeah, well, one or the other. Yep. Either a team would get there at 32 or, yeah, totally. So that's what that looks like.
I would not do this in a second. Again, 2 second-round picks, and I know the Jets are getting pick 63 back, but still, and they're getting a 4th. But to me, this is just not worth it. I mean, you're the level of player you're getting by having to move back that many spots in the second round, and you're losing a second-round pick to move up 2 spots. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and then that 63rd pick too is as good as a 3rd rounder. I mean, it's like the second to last pick in the second round, so it's like, all right, that's not like a great value pick. The 4th, you could take it or leave it at 131. You're starting to then get into the that's almost a 5th rounder, right? You're starting to get into the whole, just take a freaking dartboard shot at this point. So yeah, that's really stupid. The only way that's not stupid is what I was saying is if Ty Simpson ends up going 32nd and you had all the intentions of taking him at 33 because the team traded up in the first round. But I would never make that deal. I would never do it for Ty Simpson. I know your buddy over there thinks that the dream scenario is I'm like, when he said that, are we going to talk about that or we'll wait? Am I jumping the gun here?
No, I know. If you want to weigh in on Mike Tannenbaum's dream scenario, please, the floor is yours.
No, I don't want to rip him too much, but I'm like, that sounds like a nightmare. Like,
oh, it's like hiring Aaron Glenn.
25. Like, you're giving up what? He's at 33 and 44 to move up to 25 for Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
Like, okay, man.
It's an egregious overpay.
Yeah, it really is. If you look at the trade chart I was talking about before, that's a crazy overpay. And again, with the Ty Simpson stuff, I've said it. I've heard you say it too. When's he going to play? Like when? What's the timeline? If you want to convince me Ty Simpson's Drew Brees 2.0 or he's Brock Purdy 2.0 or he's Drew Brees, excuse me, not 2.0, but he's Brock Purdy 2.0 and you want to have him compete with Geno, all right, that's fine. Go ahead. Like, I'm not going to agree with it, but I would get it. But they already said Geno's a starter. I know things can change, but I don't want Ty to just go into camp and just be, the water boy for Geno Smith. And then what? When's he going to play? What, week 13?
Are hearing the same thing. Basically, the message.
The dream scenario, baby.
Teams say, yeah, I think someone will take him in the first round. Not going to be us,
right?
But we think someone's going to take him. And that's kind of what the conversation around Shedeur Sanders was
by this point,
year.
or by the time the draft rolled around. Yes, absolutely.
No one is suggesting that Ty Simpson's going to fall to the 5th round, but perhaps fall out of round 1. Mike T, you're a general manager. Tell me what you think the likeliest scenario.
Ex-general manager.
Yeah, I have a dream scenario for you and your Jet fandom. So Jets take a pass rusher, let's say at 16, let's say they take a corner or receiver. You go back to what the New York Giants did.
I'll ignore the take a corner at 16, which is ridiculous.
Last year, they traded up from the top of the second round into the bottom of the first at 25. If the Jets ran a similar play and let's say took 33 and 44, their 2 second-round picks, Greeny, and let's say went to Chicago at 25 and took Ty Simpson, who can now sit for a year behind Geno Smith. Now you have 5 years. You have that critical 5th-year option. One of the concerns about Ty Simpson, Greeny, is he only played 15 games. So imagine if you're the New York Jets and you get a pass rusher, let's say a corner, Ty Simpson, and now you still have 3 first-round picks next year. I think that's a dream scenario for Ty Simpson, who could sit, and the New York Jets.
Listen, if you look at what the dart deal was, what they gave up
34 and 2/3.
Yeah, 96 or 98, whatever, and then a future third. I mean, if you're going to tell me the Jets are going to give 33, 103 and a future third, which I wouldn't do, by the way. But if you were to tell me that, all right, cool. You gave up 2 third-round picks and you moved up from 33 to 25. All right. Like, I can, it's palatable. Well, you're going to give him 44. Why? Because it's cool. Like, what? I mean, listen, man, I'll be honest with Mike T. I mean, when he was a GM here, I thought he did a lot of good things. Since then, a lot of the takes I've heard from him, I don't know if he's not like in tune with what's going on in the NFL, or I don't know what the hell's going on, but like, there's a reason we're in the position we're in today.
He recommended a great head coach. Amazing. Anyway, Some super chats as Maniac Madness is coming up shortly. Be ready to vote. But first, I want to remind everyone we're presented by PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app. Use the promo code HMA when you do so. Hog Media Agency, for those asking. Play $5 and get $50 instantly when you use that promo code. Plus, I put together a PrizePick lineup. I was going to include some Mets players in this, but they're playing right now, and they're losing 5-0. David Peterson's getting rocked. So we'll turn our focus tonight
Bad outing for him, huh?
to the 8-2 New York Yankees. Here's what I like tonight. A little $20 power play on PrizePicks to win $75. Jeff McNeil, total bases, more than a half. Ben Rice, total bases, more than a half. He'll get on base. He'll walk. He'll get a hit, I believe. Jazz Chisholm hit last night. Maybe gets him going a little bit. Jazz, he'll get on base at least once. Total bases, more on that one as well. So I'm over on the total bases for each of these three players here, and $20 to win $75 on PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring our show. Again, download the app and make your own picks and follow me at Jake Asman over on PrizePicks. All right, let's get to a couple of super chats. But first, are you ready for voting? Are you ready for ASMANIAC Madness? Our final round of 32 battle is about to commence. Ladies and gentlemen, before we open up the poll voting, I want to give the great Bobby Midnight an opportunity to make his case, because Pagan already submitted a video, which we played earlier, and I'll play it again. But I want to be fair to both parties involved here. Bobby Midnight, you get your 45-second pitch to the community right now.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course.
Bob?
Hi, Frankie, and hi, Jake. How you doing?
Bobby.
Well, everybody in the chat, I say hello. And I've been around for a long time. I'm an old dog in this fight, you know. What's the name? Called me up the other day, asked me if I wanted to join this thing. I said, yeah. So they drew me against me and Michael. So that wasn't a good job. Now I go against two people. So I hope I get hopefully I get some votes. Okay. So let's do it.
Why don't you focus on why people should vote for you unless all the odds are stacked against me? You dominated your brother in the opening round. It should be a positive. You defeated Mikey. You blew him out.
That's how I do it. Funny.
You're so negative. You should be like, I'm Bobby Midnight. I've been calling the show for years. Pre-made excuses, says Dana.
Yeah, I've been here for a long time, old dog. Who?
Dana?
Dana, what's your mind your own business? It's not your business.
Bobby, your internet is trash. All right, we'll get voting underway, but first, a quick word from the Peg and Artie campaign.
Hey, you want to go do some role playing?
Role playing?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Role playing.
I'll be right in.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go get Peg. Where is Peg? Let me get the Peg. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. What? What the heck is that?
Hey, dickwad. Nobody gives a shit. Don't mess with me, ass man. I got gas. You don't know shit about me. I'll crush you like a bug. And Gary, pay your fucking taxes, man.
Peg, this really wasn't what I expected. Listen, I gotta go outside, get ready for the ASMANIAC Madness challenge. We gotta call in. So, get your shit together and I'll meet you outside.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Voting for ASMANIAC Madness is underway.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? ASMANIAC Madness. You get to pick the ones that make the show rock.
Vote. Your votes determine who advances to the next round. The Sweet 16 will be getting underway tomorrow afternoon. We're going to one matchup per day for the remainder of the tournament. Use the first show to hype yourself up. Second show to cast your vote. Chef Kevin and the Lane Train tomorrow afternoon in the leadoff spot. Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. Here we go. The What Man says, Frankie, what week do you see yourself tanking this year? Or have you already started this year's tank?
I'll give them week one. I'll give them week one. No, listen, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm not somebody that goes into the year just saying just tank off the bat. Sports are crazy. Look, the Buffalo Sabres, I think that they're the 1 seed, aren't they, this year or something? Someone was telling me. So I mean, it's things are gonna switch eventually. So I'll give them a shot, man. And listen, if they're 1-4, I'm out. I don't need to see anymore. I'm not blind. But I'll go into week one, give them a chance, man. I'll give everyone a chance. I think, listen, I do think this, man. I think Gino's a better quarterback than we've seen out of a bunch of these guys that have been here. Zach, obviously Fields, even Rodgers at points wasn't all that sharp. Gino's gonna be pretty good at times. I don't want Gino, but he'll look pretty good. See how Garrett is health-wise. I'm sure he'll be fine. Brees, that offensive line. I'm about scoring points, man. I know the defense isn't going to be where it needs to be. So if we're thinking this defense is going to be reconstructed in 1 year, no, they're going to give up points. We'll see how the offense battles and how they're able to put up points. But
play call is my superpower, really.
Don't discredit Aaron Glenn's superpower. All right. Don't discredit
no,
it.
We'll see what happens, though. I mean, like, I'm not. You got to go in with a fresh mind every year.
Yeah, I mean, we'll give them a chance, but if they start, 0-3 or the tank is on, that's the bottom line.
100%.
Lou B says, if we trade back to 4, does Arizona take Arvell if they're? They might. But you know what? Arizona might be against taking Arvell because they were the team that took Isaiah Simmons. So maybe ownership gets involved and is like, I don't know. Can we really do that? You know what I mean? Like, there's a chance they could trade out of 2 and Reese is still there at 4.
I was talking to someone. Now, I'm not sure if I was only talking to this person out of our, our combined love affair for David Bailey, but someone was saying that don't be surprised if Arvell falls or Bailey, one of the two, if they're not picked at 2. But Arvell, he was thinking specifically, if Arvell doesn't go 2, he might have a little bit of a skid to like 7 or 8, Same thing with Bailey. And we've seen those in mocks. And we've seen Bailey fall into 7 to the Commanders or 8 to the Saints. I've even seen him going to the Chiefs at 9. Don't be surprised if that's Arvell also, because just based on need and fit.
Sean Bennett, I read your super chat earlier, Sean. We'll get to more of your comments if you write them in. Don't worry. Gabe writes in, there's rumors going around social media that Frankie V caught a stiffy when the Bailey Reese news came out. Is this true, Frankie? I heard you needed to see a doctor because something lasted way longer than 4 hours.
Well, I'll say this. When that did come out, I ended up calling Peg and Artie, and I made a plan to go hang out with them. So
Cuddy checking in. Is there anyone who could fall to 33 where you don't answer the phone? Tate and Garrett would be perfect together. Just a shame how the board falls. So I agree with your second point. I think Carnell Tate would be a perfect complement to Garrett Wilson. As far as if there's anyone who's there at 33, and I don't think there's any player that will be there at 33 where I'm not at least considering moving out of the spot.
Yeah, I have a few. Nothing that would surprise anyone, but Omar Cooper Jr., if he's there at 33, I'm making that pick because I'm considering the other receivers not there. One of the 2 safeties, I'm just taking Thieneman or EMW. If they're there at 33, I'm just going to make that pick because there's no way they're going to be there at 44. And I don't know if you'd move back from 33, maybe you're even at 38, but I wouldn't even take that risk. So I think those 2 safeties, Omar Cooper Jr., and if one of the tackles could be a guard like Fano for some reason falls out of the first round, I just think the positional value's there. I really compare him to AVT. So I think Spencer Fano is someone. And if Sadiq's there at 33, let's just say, I doubt that. But so there's a few players that I like, Fano, Sadiq, 2 safeties, and Omar Cooper Jr., that if they fall into, at 33. By the way, Jake, I don't know how you feel about this, but there's a bunch of edges that are very interesting that like.
Are you a Zion Young guy?
I am, as not for us though, because we're taking an edge at 2. I don't see Zion Young be able to do enough as an edge rusher that I would want to, combine him with whoever we're picking at 2. I I like my edges to be able to get to the quarterback. So I like Zion Young in certain fits. I just don't think here we just signed 3 defensive, linemen that could play his position. So it's like, and you could find those guys for the most part. But like Messidor is interesting. Keldrick Falk is interesting. Even Peter Woods at 33, positional value, TJ Parker. These guys are interesting where like, you could make an argument if any of those guys are at 33, the value's there. There's a lot of guys in that range, Jake, that are really quality players that will fall because there's a bunch of guys in that range. It's just kind of how this draft works out. It's like a cluster of 20th pick guys.
Yeah. And look, I like a lot of those players you just mentioned, but it's not like, oh, there's just no way I would answer the phone. Like if someone wants to give me a 1 next year, I don't care who it is. See you later.
Yeah.
Even if someone wants to give me like, let's say you get offered, you only have to move back, let's say like 8 spots, you get a 3 and then you get like another 4. Like I probably would do that too. I want more cracks at it if I'm Darren Muji. Kyle Clifton checks in. He's in the raffle for 2. Why need to be nasty? To Sean Temper, no good for any Asmaniac. Be best, Jake. Why need to be nasty to Sean? I think Sean was being nasty to me. He was upset that I didn't read his super chat quick enough. Is Clifton defending Sean or he's calling out Sean? Sean says, Jake, why call me out? Because you were upset I didn't read your super chat. So then I stopped my show to read it, and there were a bunch of spelling mistakes in it, Sean, and no one could understand what you were saying. That's why I called you out. Hopefully you're not. It's not that serious. Doc Jetfin says, pretty sure you weren't invited to Mike T. Seder this year. Were you, Jake? I was not, Doc. I was not. Although I will see Mike in Pittsburgh in 2 weeks. He'll be at the draft, working it for ESPN Radio, so I'll say hello to him then. Taking Carpet Monster in the raffle for 2. Worst GM, drafted Vernon Golston. Should never have to say anything on Jets related, and now gives us AG ? Yeah, Tannenbaum's not really liked by many in the fan base right now. Tough spot to be in. Nice guy. Just helped hire Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, it's just, like, how do you go? Listen, if you're going to say, I would do this because I think Ty Simpson is going to be a good quarterback, it makes sense. How can you come out with a blanket statement that this is a dream scenario for all Jets fans? Based on what? And you're giving up 2 top half second-round picks, one of which is basically a first-rounder in 33. And it's the most traded pick in the draft history. So, like, whatever, man. We could talk
also, this
about
went over my head.
2 hours.
Kyle was making fun of Sean's grammar here with the super chat. Sorry, Kyle. I didn't realize until the chat rightfully roasted me. Let's see. Henny says, Reese at 2, receiver at 16, trade down pick 33 for a 3rd. I think this would be an awesome draft if they did this. I know you don't love Reese, but let's replace Reese with Bailey just for you, Frankie. You like this plan?
Yeah, but if you trade down, he's saying you trade down 33 for a 3rd. What else are you getting? Right? Because you have Reese at 2 or Bailey. Then you have wide receiver at 16. Then you're trading down 33 for a 3rd to move up. You know what I mean? Because you're just switching a 33 with a 3rd. So,
well, where in the second round are you moving back to? Because you're gaining a 3rd, but where in round 2 do you then pick?
I'm down with that though. I think I like that idea, and I think it makes sense. Ironically, I think trading back with the Colts. Listen, I think Ty Simpson going to Indianapolis. I've been saying this. I said it on the pod. I don't think I tweeted it, but I believe Ty Simpson to the Indianapolis Colts makes a ton of sense, honestly. You have Daniel Jones there on a 2-year deal, could be a 1-year thing. Ty Simpson, they have
what pick do they have though?
48.
So they would trade up from 48 to 33 with the Jets to get Ty?
To get Ty, we'd have 44 and 48, and then they would give us an extra 3rd rounder on top of that. I think they have 48, right? Or 46. I think it's something like that.
The Indianapolis Colts pick at 47, 78, 113.
Yeah. If you were to get, let's say 47 and 78 or a 3rd next year, and you move back, I don't know. You are moving back a bit. You're moving back 14 slots, so it's not 15 slots. It's not something you
I'd be surprised if they made another deal with the Jets after the Jets fleeced them with the Sauce trade.
Yeah. Would you do that, though? If the Colts called you and say, hey, we want to move up to 33, we'll give you 47 and 78?
I need more than that, I think.
Yeah? Well, if they put a fourth on top of that, you do that then, right?
Yeah, I don't think that they are getting enough there to move out of 33.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's too far back. All the good players we've talked about who are fringe first-round guys are gone at that point.
I know. I'm kind of with you there. I look at the chart, though. Not that the chart's everything. Every chart is it's generic. But I'm with you. But if you look at the chart, it actually works. It's actually in our favor if you do the 47 and 78 to move up to the 33. But yeah, there are 15, but you do have 44 still. So you have you get a little double up, but you are missing those guys that could be going like between 33 and 40. And by the way, just an FYI too, we do these mock drafts. Everyone does them. There's a bunch of people that are going to go in the first round, like 3-4 guys that no one's really mocking in the first round. They just had Rutledge. Schrager had Rutledge going to the Patriots. Nobody had Rutledge going in the first round. There's going to be players that are going to pop out of nowhere that are going to drop some of these common names we're talking about, like the Omar Cooper Juniors of the world, etc. So look out for that on draft day. There's going to be some teams in the 20s that are going to take guys that we've been discussing maybe in the mid to late second round, even early third round guys. It's how it works, especially in a draft like this.
Comments, questions, your super chats cut the line. We'll get to your calls as well for anyone who wants in. You don't hear me? Hello? Testing? We lost Frankie. God, we've had some crazy tech issues here. Can everyone hear me still? Can you hear me? Sean Bennett wrote in, organic matter with a Temu purchase brain is 45% of the chat. Now, Sean, why do you have to go after the entire community? Because your English was terrible on your super chat. I don't understand. What are we doing here? Derek writes in, imagine giving the Jets 2 firsts for Sauce, starting 8-2, losing out the rest of the season. We got so lucky and crazy in hindsight for real. It's going to end up being an amazing trade. Let's see. Frankie V back with us. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Hold on. I got to play you a drop.
Can you hear me? Good job.
All right. Let's
Did
get
he
to
win his round?
Mad Max got eliminated.
When?
Australian Jet fan defeated Mad Max in overtime.
Wow, that's an upset.
Yep. The 11th seed to the Sweet 16 against the big fella.
Oh, damn. I love how Beast got knocked out in the first round.
There was some voter fraud, though, allegedly.
Yeah, my cousin was telling me when he started that, he's all into it.
You want to check in with the Beast, see how he's doing mentally?
Yes. Oh, yeah. That feels better. Oh, baby. All right, as they all say, Superman to the rescue. Arg. Arg. That's pirates for you. I just barely got up still. Arg,
You just got up.
arg.
It's 4 o'clock your time. What are you doing?
I had a nice nap. I'm getting old. It's a beautiful day. Plus, I'm going to the suburbs tomorrow.
So what does that have to do with you having to take a nap?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
What a life you live, Beast. It's the middle of the week. Who gets to take a nap on a Wednesday?
It's beautiful weather outside. This is the time to go. And you can hear the birds chirp going. You can hear cardinals. That's all you can be hearing, and a couple orioles going around, and also a few. Meow, meow, meow. And I'm not a cat person. I'm a dog person. I like dogs. I know which ones I like. I like beagles and I like German shepherds.
Hey, what's for dinner?
As long as they're nice to you. As long as they're nice to you, that's all that matters. I don't like chihuahuas. I'm not a chihuahua person.
Hey, what's for dinner?
Don't know yet. But I know tonight is whose house? Swerve's house. You know what that means? Yo.
Hey, Derek wants to know if you have a big date tomorrow.
I'm going shopping. Where else am I going? Puking? Are you blind? Get your eyes examined, dummy.
Light, you dumpster fire.
You want to? Hey, you want to see the dumpster fire? There's your dumpster fire right there.
We can't see because your camera's very pixelated.
My dumpster fire is my ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All that, baby. All
Nick
that.
Spano
All night
writes in, what the F? Wait till Nick Spano learns that Beast Breaker is a big Aaron Glenn guy.
I don't think so. Not in my back pocket. He ain't learned
Look like a
nothing yet.
retard to you or something?
All right, we'll check back in with the Beast in just a bit. Comments, questions, super chats. Cut the line. We have a jersey giveaway today. Joe Namath, Joe Klecko, Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett, Nick Mangle, Darrell Revis, and Keyshawn Johnson are your choices. No one has really entered the raffle via the membership besides the 3 at the beginning. So I'm going to give 5 channel memberships coming up here shortly. If you want one, make sure you 1, click the like button. You 2, are subscribed to the channel. And you 3, have the setting turned on that you want to be able to receive a gifted membership. And I'm going to send you, I'm going to gift the channel 5 memberships. So 5 people have a chance to not only be a channel member, but to then be entered in the raffle as well. It is, in fact, ASMANIAC Madness, and in action right now, Party with Peg and Artie and Bobby Midnight. Peg and Artie leading 58-42. We heard from Bobby earlier. We played the video that Peg and Artie submitted, and now we hear from Peg and Artie live. Peg, Artie, well done.
Hey, what's up, Jake?
Hey, guys.
Hey, ASMANIACs, thanks for your support. Thanks, everybody, for voting, period, because without people voting, this would never take place and be as great as it is. So whoever you vote for, we're behind it, man.
And I got to give a shout out to Beast for allowing me to play Mini Beast. And we did it, as always, from a place of the heart in love. And he was okay with it. He was very supportive of it. So
Yeah.
we appreciated that.
Hey, Frankie.
What's up?
What kind of party you think we have over here? That you're going to get aroused because of Bailey and then you're going to come with supper? Man, we don't play that. It's not that kind of party, front.
It is a party house, though.
Yeah, it is a party house. Every
what,
Sunday.
What goes on at these parties? You never specified it.
Well, we grill a lot of food, smoke a lot of food, watch the Jets. Usually by the third quarter, everybody goes in the house. They leave me out here in the backyard just to watch the game by myself because, they don't want to be around me by that time. But
in the summer, it's if the Jets do make a touchdown, if possible, one of us goes in the pool.
That's it.
So we have fun with it.
Yep. Anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate Jake. Thanks for having the ASMANIAC Madness Challenge. We have a good time with it.
Voted.
And thanks for everybody who voted. We love all you ASMANIACs. We love meeting yours. We love Bobby. He's been a staple here for as long as I can remember. And, if you vote for Bobby, you vote for us. You're voting for 2 people who really give a shit about the ASMANIACs. I can tell you that much.
You guys are the best. Great videos, and it's well-deserved that you're off to a strong start today.
And we stole Bobby's bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peg and Artie.
ASMANIAC Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Last matchup in the round of 32. The bracket will then be set for the Sweet 16. The winner of this battle between Peg and Artie versus Bobby Midnight faces Purple Belt Mike in the Sweet 16. Let's get to more of your calls right now. Sean Bennett's complaining in the chat. Sean, I posted the call-in link. If you want to call in and make whatever point you want to make, feel free. If not, stop bitching like a loser in the chat. All right. Atlantic City Phil is up next. Hello, Atlantic City Phil.
Can't hear you.
Oh, no.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
No.
I'm gonna call back. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm gonna call back.
Oh,
wait,
we hear you.
I think I hear you now.
Yep. What? You hear me?
Can you hear me?
Jake?
Good job.
I'm gonna call back. I'm gonna call back.
Hey, let me give you my tech guy. Stay right there. Beast, what do you think?
Do you have all your sound?
No. It's not as funny when the guy can't hear the tech. All right. Paul Faz is on the line. Hey, Paul.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Paul, you look comfortable. You taking a nap like Beast?
Yeah, well, it's 11. It's 11:15. I'm in Italy, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm in Venice right now. I'm leaving tomorrow, I think, for Sorrento.
How's Italy?
So, it's gorgeous, man. Loving it. No complaints. My mother, she said, before I go, I want to see Italy. So she bought my brother and I a ticket, and we said we're going. So been down for a couple days. I'll be down all next week too. So I come home like Saturday or Sunday next week. So it's a nice 10-day or 12-day. So I'm rocking it.
Hey, who do the people of Italy think the Jets should take it to?
It's funny. There's a lot of like the people rowing the boats. I forget what the boats are called. I'm not good with that
Gondolas.
shit. Yeah, thank you. And they all got like Yankee hats on, some of them and stuff. And I'm like, oh, New York, and they don't know what the hell I'm saying, And even though I'm Italian, I don't know how to speak Italian well enough. So. My mother was first generation, so my grandparents are Italian, but they never taught us it. They believed you're in America, you speak American. So never got to learn it, but it's gorgeous here, though. I don't know if you've ever been, but it's beautiful. It really is. Plus, the weather's nice right now. It's like 75.
Really?
Yeah, it's nice.
Where else are you seeing? Venice, and where else are you going to?
Yeah, Rome, doing all that.
Have you been to Rome before?
No.
Rome's awesome, man. Rome, it's fun too.
Yeah, I'm
Trastevere, you have to go. Trastevere is like the town that, like in Rome, that's super fun. Go there at night, you'll have a blast. The food there is great too.
Cool. Yeah, I'm actually looking for the Colosseum big time. I don't know why, just always fascinated with that. I think because I had a construction background for, till I was like 40. I did nothing but construction, and just to build something that massive that long ago is
crazy.
It's freaking amazing. So,
how many cigarettes you putting down, Paul?
Hey, they're cheap. They're cheaper here, so that's good. That's good. It's only like I don't know. I got a bottle of water and a pack of cigarettes. It was like $8.80 in euro. So normally it's like that'd be like $15 in Jersey. So. Save a little bank on the smokes, bro.
Did you see the pictures they post on the cigarettes there of like pregnant women and stuff to try to stop you from smoking? It's like, it's terrible, dude. They like, Jake, I don't know if you've seen that before.
Yeah, they do like anything that way, like really bad, but yet they don't use toilet seats in half the places you go, right? It's like, smoke. Here's all these pictures of crap, but yeah. But at least there's a bidet if I ever want to use that. I don't know. I was going to let Beast try that out first and tell me how it feels. But, it's good shit, man. But I love listening to all the options that are breaking out right now. And this is why I'm not coming to the draft. I just can't afford to do both. My wife will kill me because she's not with me. I'm only with my mother and brother, but I was going to come, but if I go on another vacation right after this one, I'll be shot. But
well, they say Pittsburgh is the Italy of blue collar U.S. cities. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's only a 3-4 hour ride. But like I said, if I go away for another day after this trip, she's already pissed I'm here, but without her, been busting her balls with all pictures and stuff, Oh,
Paul,
look
come to our draft party, Paul. Come to our Paul, come to our draft party.
Where are you at?
In New York. We're doing one at Harrison Meadows. We'll do it.
Okay.
Golf during the day, and then we're gonna have we're doing something with Braylon Edwards and Kerry Rhodes at night. It should be fun.
All right, I got to look you up then because that would be more up my alley because I got like I said, I can't swing a full outer. But no, I love all the draft options and. The one thing I think, Muji's made good trades so far, so you got to feel like he's going to keep doing the right thing, like I think like if we get an opportunity to trade back and it's a good deal, I think he'll do it. And I think if we, they want to move up for somebody that they like, they're going to do it. And I'm excited this year because of him. I mean, I've been saying it on the show. I called that Kirk Cousins was going to go to Vegas, right? I knew that was going to happen. I still want to do something with a quarterback, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But I just love it, man. I feel he's going to do well, and I'm more excited to see how he does because we need him to be the ears. We need him, Freddie Johnsons, to lean on because I mean they have nobody, and look who they've been listening to with those pathetic ideas on draft scenarios. Yeah, the 33rd team. What's it called? Oh my God.
The 33rd team. They helped engineer the Jets to get the 33rd pick in this year's draft.
Yeah, amen.
That's funny. That's a good joke, Jake. I never heard that
Dude,
one.
we can't. We got to have somebody capable and competent in the GM role, and I just keep praying for Muji, man. I can't describe it, but love you guys, and I'll jump in every now and again. But I am on vacay, so I'll see what I can do. But thanks for everything, guys. Talk soon.
I love your passion. You enjoy your vacation because anyone calling in to give a Jets take on vacation in Italy on April 8th is a diehard. So enjoy it. In the moods we trust, baby. He's the real one leading us to the promised land.
Like, I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
Glenn won't be here to see it, but Muji might. We'll see. Let's get to more of your calls. Let me make sure I caught up on the super chats. Legacy Green in the raffle for one. Omar Ochoa in the raffle for one. Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, in the raffle for one. And I promised I was going to get 5 memberships to the best listeners in sports, the Asmaniacs. So 5 from yours truly happening right here, right now. 5 people being entered in the raffle right after we send Gary to Iran.
Gary is a cheater and he's a disgrace to this country. I think somebody should throw him in Iran and let him be the yeah, that's right.
The following 5 people are in the raffle at the end of the show and in the weekly raffle: Sonny Crockett, Travis Parham, Christian Tomlinson, Hyper 00. It's how is it? 1, 2, 3. Oh, GTA V Man was the 5th person that got a membership from yours truly, a 5 spot. Let's go.
Oh,
yeah. All right. Super chat from Mace B. NFL drama crazy. Rossini, Rabel, now Mendoza outed for past controversy. What post did Mendoza have? Glenn deserves slack and more grace. He has not done anything as controversial. What are you talking about, Mace B? What does Diana Rossini maybe banging Mike Rabel have to do with giving more grace to Aaron Glenn, who won 3 games in his first year? I have no idea what you're talking about with Fernando Mendoza.
Can I say something just in general about all this controversy? Because people bring it up about David Bailey and he stomped that guy's head in a game and he, choked a reporter out. Listen, man, football guys are a little bit crazy. It's a little bit of a nutty sport. Not everyone's, a saint. It's physical. These guys are pent up. They got a lot of testosterone or I don't know. It's a crazy sport, man. Not everyone's going to be the most clean-cut, perfect professional. It's not how the sport goes. It's been like that forever. And edge rushers traditionally have had a lot of issues throughout NFL history. Go down the list. I could name off 10 off the top of my head. But that's how it is. And we saw one in our town, Lawrence Taylor, that had a lot of issues. It's just the name of the game with the position. So I don't know what Mendoza post he's talking about.
He didn't. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Oh, my God. Fernando Mendoza is under fire following a resurfaced comment he made on a LeBron James post about George Floyd. You need to explain the context of the first photo of the cop on the man because you never know what he did wrong. So someone is going back.
Wait, what did he say? Sorry, I didn't see that.
You need to explain the context of the first photo of the cop on the man because you never know what he did wrong. So a comment from 6 years ago, someone is going back and trying to try and paint Fernando Mendoza, who's done nothing wrong off the field and has like a pristine reputation, try and make him look bad. And look, I hope it works. I hope the Raiders say we're not taking him. and the Jets can take him at 2. Here's the quote-unquote controversial post that may be referenced as some sort of justification to excuse Aaron Glenn. What are we doing here? Really?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Like, what is it? Come on. How is this controversial? Stop it. All right. I just don't have the patience for it. And what Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel do at an Arizona hotel has nothing to do with Aaron Glenn. All right. Yeah. Glenn deserves slack and more grace because he hasn't done anything controversial.
That could only
what does that
actually
mean?
The Rossini Vrabel meltdown might actually help us.
And what's funny is, you know, I've spent too much time on the Super. Mace, I appreciate it, but the
Rossini stuff is a little bit interesting just because, you know, on the surface, you look at it and you're like, this stuff happens, right? Assuming it's all true, this happens in the workplace. The problem is then you start to connect some dots. And, you know, I spoke to a few people that didn't really like the whole situation from a professional standpoint because of the potential conflict of interest at play there.
When is Kaz going in the pool with Aaron
Glenn? Make that
did that come up on Gangs All Here today?
No, we didn't we talked about it before a little bit, but not during the show. Unfortunately, I wanted to though.
I just love that people are trying to cancel Fernando Mendoza. Good luck. Remember, people dug up old tweets from Josh Allen too, right after he got drafted.
Yeah, man. There's too many people on social media. That's the problem. Like the other day, I'm like arguing with I just argued with like 400 people in like a week, like going back and forth. It's just some people I don't even know if they really believe what they say. Sometimes they just want to get something out of you. Got to be a little careful on there.
So, Kaz, just to be clear, he's not locking hands with Aaron Glenn. It's not happening. Let's see. Nick Shine says we need Charles to get laid for the first time to help engineer the Colts getting the first pick next year. You know any lovely ladies, Frankie?
I know a few for Charles. I got him. He's got to come out to Queens though. Is Charles down to come out to Astoria? No?
He'll go where the lovely ladies are. More of your calls. Atlantic City Phil has called back. Hopefully he can hear us this time. Hello, Phil.
I can hear you. You can hear me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in Long Island City, Frankie.
Oh, shut up. Where?
Well, I'm mad at you, so it doesn't even matter because first of all, I wanted to say, rest in peace to the member of the community. I'm new around.
Tommy. Yep. Well,
but I know y'all had a lot of love for Tommy, so rest in peace to him. I don't know, maybe on Saturday we could do maybe like a 50-50. I know it's not your event, Jake, but something to contribute to the family. I'll be down for that.
Yeah, you talking about the Badlands event?
Oh yeah, the Badlands. Yep, I'll be there. Yeah, I finally got my ticket.
That's cool. So I'll be there, but it's not my event. But I am corresponding with Tommy's family to try and set something up. But waiting to hear on that. So stay tuned.
Dope, man. Dope. I want to meet a woman in my life. I've always been trying to meet a woman in my life that loves me the way that Frankie loves David Bailey. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, I've expressed my opinion a bunch of times. I want Reese. I watched the show, Frankie, when you were, I'd say, debating, Reese versus Bailey. And I can't remember the name of the guy that was going against you. I don't want a player at 2 that is going to be sat out for certain downs. I don't know if that's how the Jets would play him when he's playing against the run. The quarterbacks in the division, the 3, they can all make plays with their feet. If David Bailey is rushing the passer, then he's out when these guys start running around, and Reese will have a responsibility to chase them down. And also the running backs in the division with Henderson, Achane, and Cook, running and receiving. I want a guy that is more, what's the word I'm looking for? Just complex and has more faces to his game than just rushing the passer. I know that it's extremely important to be that edge rusher, but I want a more complete player that can, chase these running quarterbacks, chase these dangerous home run hit running backs. I think that weighs a lot into, especially the number 2 pick in the draft.
Well, you also understand though, if you cannot rush the passer consistently as an edge rusher, there's no reason to take that guy at 2, right? And like I was talking about it before, everyone thought, he can spy the quarterback. Well, do you want him to spy the quarterback on 3rd and 12, or do you want him to rush the passer on 3rd and 12? And like all this Bailey stuff against the run that everyone's bringing up. And since when do edge rushers, since when do we judge an edge rusher at 2 or any edge rusher based on their ability to stop the run? Like it's more important than getting to the quarterback. I get it's important, but David Bailey, they brought up.
Here we go.
David Bailey. Do you know what Brugler said? And Brugler likes Arvell Reese more than Bailey. So this is what he said about Reese.
Brugler said that Reese is the best player in the draft today.
Yeah, he did. He goes, but he said about Bailey, adequate strength as an edge setter, adequate strength, battles versus much larger blockers, not a finesse rusher, strictly plays physical through the shoulders of blockers. He posted as his strengths. That doesn't sound like Will McDonald to me, right? So like
Will McDonald is small, no? He's kind of like scrawny.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I just don't. If Arvell Reese gets to the NFL and becomes a premier edge, I'll look like an idiot and I'll admit I was wrong. I think that's a really.
That's not what I want. I think you're great, but I could care less how you look. I care about this team winning games, and not especially this year, but like moving forward. I want the Jets to lose every game because I want Tomlin in and I want Arch. To be honest with you, and it kills me to want my team to do poorly. But yeah, like I said to Jake in another episode, I want to win. I'll lose the battle to win the war. I want this team to be good for years. You know what I mean? So, and I understand how you speak of David Bailey. I just think that, especially in that division with the quarterbacks, with the running backs, I want a guy that, because if you rush the passer, there's a lot of times where they don't get there and they change the play. And they affect, everybody on the field, especially the quarterback. But if they're just running by him on all of these pass rushes, then what's that going to do for me? And I'm not necessarily talking about just spying. I think that you can have like complex looks, whether they're in, majority 3-4, if they drop into the 4-3, if they run a lot of nickel. You can do a lot of spying, but you can also run a lot of stunts. And I think that Reese would be excellent in that, and especially at the age of 20, developing into a player with the coach. And if not Glenn, imagine if it was Tomlin. He's going to teach the guy how to get after the ball, not just the quarterback, but being a ball hawk, being like a TJ Watt, a guy that you can move around the line of scrimmage. I think his versatility.
What if they're both good? Have we considered that, Frankie? What if they're both good?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I guess we get extreme and we always try to I'm part of that. Absolutely. Downplay the other side. It's true. I do think, I'll be honest, I think if Reese goes into a program where he's playing linebacker, Demario Davis is a perfect example. I think, or somebody even brought up Frankie Louvu. I don't know if it was your show or another show. I heard that. I love Frankie Louvu, obviously. We have the same name. So, but yeah, I think if he goes into a program and they draft him to be a linebacker, dude, I think Reese would be an awesome middle linebacker or inside linebacker in the NFL. I think he'd be awesome there. I do. I really do. If we draft him 2 overall, I'd want him to be a linebacker. I wouldn't even care if he was an edge. I wouldn't want that at 2.
I think he could be an edge though, Frankie. That's the one thing I disagree with you on.
I do not. I don't see the body type. I don't see the way that he kind of plays within traffic. Some of his movements, he just looks like a linebacker that's playing edge. And
how could you watch some of the film that went through where he shows his power and shows the technique on some of the stuff and say that he can't do it though?
You're taking individual plays though, and in totality, that's not how he moves. But
he's 20. He's never trained to be an edge before. Now all of a sudden you see the videos of him working on pass rushing drills and he looks like a beast.
Jake, you got to be at the top of your class and have been usually and have been doing something for a long time. Your body sometimes just moves the way it moves. Some guys just do things the way they do things. You're going to reinvent somebody at 2, reinvent their.
But I don't think he's done it, though. He just hasn't done it as much as Bailey.
Jake, go and ask anybody out there for clips of Arvell Reese bending and getting a sack. And you're not going to find one, or a pass rush plan. And Brugler posted it as one of the weaknesses with Arvell Reese. His rushes just come from speed. There's limited reps of him.
No, but there's power too. There's power.
There is power in certain departments, yes, but that doesn't equate to you being a great edge though.
But
just
he
because
could
power.
do it though. He could be like Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons is very twitchy and bendy, though. Micah Parsons, he's like a snake the way he moves. Like you can't have your paw, you can't get your paws on him. Reese, you get your paws on. He has the strength to hold you off, though, whereas Parsons doesn't. They're different, man. Even Joe agreed with me that they were different. I don't compare the two. Reese to me is like a very strong, lean, kind of like straight edge kind of arrow that like is a missile, but not like. To me, he's not an edge. He's a linebacker.
I like Bailey also. I take exception when you're like, Reese can't bend, though. He definitely could bend. Blewett showed clear plays where he was showing bend and his speed and power combination, how it could work.
He didn't really show much bend there. He showed that one clip where he was like on his knee or something. Like he
could bend. I've seen videos of it.
You saw the video where they had behind him when he's doing drills and they're literally lined up behind him at a lower point. Like that's not you. What do you think? He's the only edge that could do that. You know how many edges in this draft could bend like that? What qualifies him to be an edge more than the other guys? You think Keldrick Falk or Zion Young or Akeem Messidor can't do those things?
Well,
what qualifies Reese? Why? Because he's stronger.
I think the versatility. I mean, this is a guy who
versatility is an overrated concept, in my opinion. I don't agree with. I think when the ball snaps,
he could be an all-pro linebacker on first and second down, and then eventually be an elite pass rusher on third down.
You think that's possible?
I do. Yeah, that's why he's going to go second overall.
So the only comp you have that's done that though is who? Micah Parsons is the only comp. Anybody else? Anybody else in that department?
The other thing is people will bring up is like lack of like sack numbers, but like Danielle Hunter is an example of that, right? He had 3.5 years of 3.5 seasons at LSU, or 3 seasons at LSU, only had 3.5 sacks. Like, I just think he's a very unique player. Like he wasn't asked to be an edge; he didn't have to. But like I've heard what Matt Patricia said about him. I've watched what the film has showed on the guy. What other like draft people have said. Like if he doesn't go 2 to the Jets, he's probably going to go 3 or 4. Like there's a reason why he's considered such an elite prospect.
Yeah, the thing with versatility, though, again, like I'm trying. You look around the league, you look historically. It's just tough to find, man. It's tough to find guys that can be elite linebackers or very good and then very good edges also. Like it's tough, man.
Parsons had 6.5 sacks in 2 college seasons.
And how many TFLs and tackles did Parsons have? He had,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
He had 192 tackles, if I remember, if my brain still hasn't left me, in 2 years, mind you. So he had those numbers in 2 years. Like Arvell Reese had 1 TFL, I think his last 6 games of the season, no sacks. 0 sacks, 1 TFL his last 6 games. Arvell Reese didn't force a fumble at Ohio State, Jake.
Let me ask you this question.
Not a force a fumble. That's what edges do. You learn to get around the edge and slap the ball out. Come on. Like
if they draft Arvell Reese and I buy you an Arvell Reese jersey, you have to wear it every time you come on the show.
Oh, listen, if he becomes a Pro Bowler with us, I will wear the jersey on the show, no doubt. Or if we can agree that he had a very good rookie season, we just have to agree. You could do a poll. Did Arvell Reese have a really good rookie season?
Wild Chew wants to know why you're always moving the goalpost.
I'm not moving the goalpost. People are moving the goalpost. I'm asking for examples. We're talking about Danielle Hunter. I'm not moving the goalpost. My point is simple. He's not an edge. And I don't really, to be honest, Jake, I don't really care what the NFL draft world thinks. I really don't. I'll be honest. I know that sounds arrogant.
You care what Muji thinks if he takes him second overall, though.
I don't. I mean, listen. The whole argument, and I'm going to sound like a jerk about this when they go, "Oh, if he," well, now you might have convinced me. But no, the whole argument, like, if they really love the guy enough, well, they really loved a lot of guys enough, and they've got a lot of guys wrong. So my point is, I have an opinion. I don't really care who they really love versus my opinion. Why? I'm going to change my opinion because a GM really, if they
You're
really
the
love
same
the
guy who said you wanted to see the Patriots win over Sam Darnold this year. How can I take you seriously? How can I trust your takes?
See how I'm not moving the goalpost. You see that right there?
That's what you said. You said it on Gags All Here.
No. Listen, see, you're putting words in my mouth.
That's what you said, and then Kaz repeated it to me at the Super Bowl when I had him on. He said Frankie's rooting for the Patriots.
No. What I said was, there is a world here where you're going to wake up with Sam Darnold as Super Bowl MVP and you'll feel worse about yourself.
No, I felt great for him. I love Sam.
Yeah, and then I just said that. So I never outright said I'm rooting for the Patriots.
Sounds like you were. You were rooting for Mike Vrabel. You're like, yeah, go bang Diana Rossini, Mike. Go do it.
You know what? Now,
I love you,
now
man.
I like Mike Vrabel just a little bit more. I never liked Mike, and now he went up a notch in my book.
He's the second Boston area coach to lose a championship and then get caught up in a sex scandal.
That's true.
Shout out to Ime Udoka. Hennessy says Frankie talks about Bailey like he's Myles Garrett.
I don't.
You like to shit
just
on Reese, but how good is Bailey going to be? If Bailey is not an elite player, like your head will be on a spike. Ned Stark style.
No. All right. We were just talking about trades, right? If I loved Bailey like Myles Garrett, I wouldn't even think about any of those trades trading at it too, especially the Cowboys one, which I thought was a great trade. Regardless, I think Bailey, in my opinion, out of the guys that I've seen, I don't know, I've been looking at prospects for 10 years, maybe like, in a more, sophisticated way, maybe over the last 5. He's one of my favorite pass rushers I've seen. I liked Von Miller more. I liked Myles Garrett more. I liked a bunch of guys more. I liked Aiden a little bit more. I wasn't as in love with Aiden, I'll be honest, as other people where I was wrong there, but I also didn't like Trayvon Walker that much. I liked Bosa a lot. So I remember I've gone through this before. To me, it's just shocking that people can assume that Arvell Reese is going to be a great edge or like prognosticate that he will be. I just think that's a big leap for me. And I don't, something with his body type, how he moves, what he does is not equating. Like I'm not able to do the math. Something's off the way he moves. But I think he's a great defensive linebacker. I'll be honest, Jake, I was talking about this. I hated Deion Jordan. And when he went third to the Dolphins, I was glad. I'm like, Deion Jordan stunk. I was never a fan. I was arguing with people on Twitter very similarly, like I'm arguing now. I think I was right about Deion Jordan. I don't think
you wake up into a cold sweat picturing Arvell Reese rushing the passer off the edge.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Breaking news, kind of. Albert Breer, NFL insider, a guest on the McShay Show, talking about David Bailey to the Jets. Keep it in your pants.
Back to, and it's not really a secret. It sounds like if the information's right, that David Bailey is going to be the guy at number 2. Is that what you're hearing? What do you have for us?
I actually talked to a couple of teams that almost talked to, it was a fait accompli. Now we'll see. The information gets a little better as you get closer to the draft, and these guys are coming out of their meetings. But there's an interesting, I would say, way to tie this to Aaron Glenn's job security too. Is that I think if you look at Arvell Reese as a little bit more of a project and a little bit more of he's going to be pretty good for you right away, but you may have to wait a year or two to get the best out of him versus David Bailey is out of the box going to be a really good pass rusher for you. I'm not saying Aaron Glenn's doing this to save his job, but do you naturally look at that we need somebody to help us now? You know what I mean? And we need to make sure and not even just a job security thing. It's continuing to engage the locker room where you're able to get them better results because you're playing better as a team. Let me ask you this. I listened to the way that people talk about David Bailey, and it hit me the other day that it kind of reminds me a little bit of how people talked about Aiden Hutchinson.
Huh.
And
how so?
Hutchinson, it was just a demon as a pass rusher, plays really hard, explosive, but does he have the frame to hang out to play against the run?
Yeah, long, linear. Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's
not great for as athletic as he is. He's not one of those redirect quickness outside. He's got a little bit of tightness, tall. So but at the end of the day, my gosh, does he find a way to get home? And you see it with Hutchinson in the NFL when he's healthy.
Glenn had Hutchinson. You know what I mean? I just sort of look at that and how the Lions over those years really had trouble finding pass rushers outside of Hutchinson. And if they didn't have Hutchinson, God, what would they have done to get after the passer the last few years? It wound up being perfect for them that was a guy they really needed. And they struggled when he was out. You know what I mean? Like, so you're talking about an organization that just walked away from Jermaine Johnson and Quinnen Williams. And, yes, you want the guy who's going to be best for you for the next 5 years, but based on the position that they're in, as a coaching staff, and then, how that relates to Darren Muji, who's probably got a little bit more rope than AG has, does that push you in the direction of Bailey, So,
So, hold on. The end there is interesting. Now, Albert Breer coming out saying Muji probably has more rope than AG. If that's the case, then you're not drafting Bailey then for Aaron Glenn. Draft the best player. All right, like that to me is the takeaway there. That Albert Breer now is saying publicly that that the Muji has got more rope than Glenn. If that's the case, draft the best player. And I know you might disagree with this.
Listen, I agree with I agree with that. If they're drafting David Bailey because Glenn needs somebody that's out of the box that's going to help him in a 1-year window, I'm not for that at all. I'm not. Listen. I love David Bailey, but if that's why they're going to draft Bailey to kind of for Glenn to save his job, I'm against that from their perspective. That's not how you think about the team.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go there. I'm not that biased.
Again, if they're taking Bailey because they think he's the best player, fine. If they're taking Bailey because Glenn's trying to save his job, that's where Muji needs to say, "Nah, Reese is the best player. We're taking him. He's 20. We have a plan for him. It's not all about 2026. Someone in the chat made a good point. JD, if it's about wins now, take Carnell Tate. Like if you're trying to win right now, take Carnell Tate. You need a number 2 wide receiver.
Absolutely right. He's absolutely right. You could even make that argument with Jeremiah Love, although I wouldn't go there, but you technically could. I'll say this though. When I was going through an analysis with Bailey versus guys like Aiden Hutchinson, dude, Bailey's got, better edge numbers by every metric than Aiden Hutchinson had.
They're different players too, but that's why McShay was like, "How we see the media loves to create the narrative." That's what this is.
I
It's like,
play a little bit more on the inside.
Frankie, all this is like, let's compare this to the Hutchinson Walker dread. We're talking about completely different players here.
It makes no sense. No, there's no comparison there. There's no. Aiden Hutchinson was listed in college as a defensive lineman, a real D end, excuse me. Bailey was an outside linebacker, listed as a linebacker, just FYI. Edge guy. No, you don't want him to play over a tackle that much. If you do, you want some beef next to him or outside of him. But I love him as the last guy on the line of scrimmage and the most outside guy outside of your corner on the front 7. I love Bailey there. But yeah, man, that's interesting though that Breer said that the teams are operating like the Jets are going to get Bailey, because about a week ago the Cowboys were talking about moving up to 3 for potentially Bailey. Maybe the Cowboys are moving up to 3 for Arvell Reese now. Maybe that was that report in actuality, because people make assumptions all the time, Jake. Reporters will assume things, then report on it like it's, fact when it's not. But that Cowboys report was true, that the Cowboys were looking to move up to 3, and people were assuming it was for Bailey because the Jets had made this proclamation, or it was known that the Jets were going Reese at 2. Maybe the people knew the Jets were going Bailey at 2, and they were going to move up to 3 for Reese. Because trust me, there'll be a little bit of a bidding war there if the Jets are with Bailey at 2 for some team to move up to 3 for Reese. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah,
this draft can't come soon enough.
And I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel like when people online, when me and when I was going on a little tantrum on Twitter, and me and Joe had our little debate last week.
When you called him a jackass?
Yeah, it's all right. Listen, he said this is the kind of guy, or this is dude, you know who I am, I think. I mean, we DM. I actually enjoyed talking to him. He's cool. Whatever. But yeah, I feel like when we were going through our little debate, or me having a little tantrum, I just see other tweets like, man, I can't wait for this draft to come.
I can't wait.
It's like I'm kind of adding to that. I think like I'm bothering people. Someone's like, why do I keep seeing you on my timeline? I'm like, mute me. I don't know what. Follow me. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't want you to see every tweet. I don't know.
Frankie, this was a lot of fun. I appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah, it was. Appreciate you, man.
Frankie V from U Stadium. Gang's all here. I got open phone lines for anyone who wants in. Right now, it's 58-42. Peg and Artie leading Bobby Midnight. Last matchup in the round of 32. The Sweet 16 will officially be set. Right now, we have 15 Asmaniacs that are in the Sweet 16. Clifton, Castro, Chef Kevin, Lane Train, Lee, Papa Jet, AJF, Big Fella, Gary, Brigga, Bonesy, Gypsy, Gorman, Big Cho. And who will play PBM in the Sweet 16 battle? We're going to find out right now. Peg and Artie with the lead. Let's take a quick break to talk about our draft party.
Draft Day 2026 live from Pittsburgh. Jets Nation on the clock. Gang Green take Fat McFadden's day and night draft party hosted by the Jay Gasner Show.
Thursday, April 23rd, doors open at noon.
Let's go! Yeah!
RSVP, if you're coming to Pittsburgh to our party. Dan with a great question. How is Asmaniac Madness lasting longer than March Madness? Well, you'll notice, Dan, it's called Asmaniac Madness, not March Madness, which is over basically in March, first week of April. And let's be real. We need the Asmaniac Madness to extend because I can't do the David Bailey, Arvell Reese debate for another week. So I'd rather focus on other things because this offseason taking forever. So that's the real reason. We're stretching it out. What's the rush? Hey, open phone lines for anyone who wants in. And we're giving away a jersey at the end of the show. We don't have a ton of entries, so if you've never won a raffle prize, this could be your lucky day. Pick your Jets jersey of your choice. Namath, Klecko, Martin, Krebet, Revis, Mangold, Keyshawn, and then you'll be entered in the Saturday weekly raffle. Grand prize is a signed Joe Namath helmet, signed Darrelle Revis helmet, signed Braylon Allen jersey, and a signed Anthony Beck jersey. More of your calls. We say hello to a man who always, and I mean always, has his eyes on the prize.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen, bitch. Fireball, whiskey time, David motherfucking T.
Hi, Jake.
Hey, David.
Hey, I lost my train of thought already. But let me think. Oh, Frankie V, he's not half bad.
Good
but
job.
He's not half, but he's not half good.
Can you hear me?
And as far as Brable goes, it's all his personal life, and
What do you think was happening there, David? Do you think they were making sweet love?
making sweet love? And I'll tell you what, if you can do it to Miss Rossini, more power to him. That's kind of like a fantasy,
Well, she's married though. So is he.
Yeah, and you know what? So you know what, Jake? That's no, absolutely not. I was brought up, with mom and dad and all that kind of stuff, and do
you think your wife would have a problem if there were photos of you interlocking hands with another woman?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not. I'm trying to think of the word, but it's unacceptable. And you get married, and I give my brother and sister-in-law they're married for 45 years, and it's unacceptable. I'm sorry, it's a no-brainer.
What other fantasies do you have, David T?
As far as what?
Well, you said Diana Rossini was your fantasy, so I was curious what else.
Well, my all-time fantasy was Olivia Newton-John. Ever since I was a kid, I followed her and followed her life, and she's, the accent, and she's beautiful and talented, really good person. What can I say? I'm an all-American boy. So on the Jets thing.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Max. Hey, you're going to be around a long time. I know you got defeated, but you're going to be around. You're going to be around many, many years as a Jet fan, and you're going to flourish and all that kind of stuff. So, you're a terrific person. So, as far as the Jets take, Jake, if you got time.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, buddy.
Good job.
Yeah. So is it what I'm intrigued about is we got second and 16 and 33. Is it better? Is it better to stick and pick or trade down and get a couple extra picks? But if you stick and pick,
Calm your freaky down.
All this talk about sticking and picking. Hey now.
Ooh, he's a
Can you hear me?
He's a connoisseur of the love life.
Good job.
But anyway, stick and pick. Is it better to have
Can you hear me?
to pick a player that you think is going to be a bona fide starter and maybe better, as opposed to trading down and getting a couple extra picks and kind of taking the chance?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, buddy.
Good job.
It depends who the player is, David. Max, can you shut up for a second?
Can you hear me?
It really just depends.
Good job.
Max is on a tangent.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, buddy.
Oh my God.
And you keep up the good work in college and everything, and the Asmaniacs, and you really did good in the tournament.
Good job.
And, yeah, you're gonna do well, buddy. You're a bona fide nice person, good family background, and you're gonna do really well in the future.
Oh my God. Good job.
Thank you, buddy.
What else is on the agenda today, David?
Well, today I'm home. I worked the last 2 nights. Today I'm home, enjoying the Jake Asman show.
Good job.
Drinking a few beers, and I'll watch some sports. Oh, I'm a big Yankees fan, and Jake, boy, they really started off really well, and
I was there last night, David. I almost froze.
I know you were there.
Good job.
Is it that cold up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least you got to see the victory, so it was well worth it.
I was shivering, David.
Yeah, but my buddy and I up in PA. Now he's a Phillies fan, but he's also a Yank. He pulls for the Yanks.
Oh my God.
We put in a bet for it was 90.5 for the year.
Good job.
So we bet on the Yanks. So it's a long season and things can change, but they're off to a good start.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, David, you're the man. Great job as always.
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate you taking my call.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
And now, back to our feature presentation of the Jake Asman Show. Roll some footage, please. Hey, turn the noise down. You don't like that. Crazy. Keep the noise down. I get some wins here. There we go. There's 16. There's 30. There's 58. There's 58. 58. 13. 13.
You done?
We're almost getting there. We're trying to win here. I'm trying to win big. I want to win some big cash on into this bingo stuff. I'm a bingo man. 68, 68.
That's what Iran sounds like. You better be careful.
Don't worry, I got it under control. She ain't
Gator
going
says, I think Big Cho might need an intro.
Big Cho. Yeah, it's nice. I like my recliner. No, I just called to check in. Big Cho. I don't like all those wrinkles on my head. I don't have that many wrinkles.
We're talking about Big Cho.
My implants are coming in 3 months.
The Kardashian ones?
I put the jet gear on for you. Been running some errands early. Came home just chilling.
Big Cho.
Hey.
Cho.
How you doing?
Big Cho.
Not as good as you.
Oh, yeah? How you know?
Just look at you.
You like the Jets jacket?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta represent, man. You know what I'm saying?
We're talking about Big Cho.
Hey, I wanted to thank everybody that voted for me. Was it yesterday?
It might have been.
Yeah, thank you. Big Joe! I really appreciate it. So I'm on to the Sweet 16, huh?
How does it feel?
Feels awesome, man. Very blessed.
What are your thoughts on facing off against Charles Gorman?
Whew. That's going to be a tough one. He's the number 1 seed in the bracket, so we'll see. But, you know, upsets can happen.
Do you think the fact that you have some more experience on him age-wise could come in handy?
Possibly. Just depends on what the voters are looking for. You know, I'm a diehard Jets fan.
Would you ever leave the Jets to go to the Colts in season?
I definitely would not. And other than if I have Wake, Florida State, or UConn stuff on, I always have Jet gear on.
We're talking about Big Cho.
I feel loyal on that part of the deal.
Big Cho.
Hey, Joe, what's going on?
What's going on?
How you doing, Joe?
Good. Looks like you're chilling.
I'm chilling, Joe. What about you? Yeah.
I'm chilling as always.
Took a little advice from the guy who kicked my ass. Big fella, get in the bed.
What
Get in
happened?
the bed. Chill now.
What happened?
Nothing happened. I got my ass kicked by a big fella, so now I got to chill in the bed.
When was this? You know when that
Asmaniac
happened?
Maniac.
Yeah, I know, but was it today or before or when?
They get you.
How you two boys doing
All the
today?
time, Joe. All the time.
And
Keep
and
chilling.
hello, Lumpy. It's Lumpy, not Lumpy.
Here comes the bee.
What's up, Beast?
How you doing, Joe? Just playing
Round and round
some
it
bingo,
goes,
trying to
brother
get some
goes.
wins here. You ever play bingo there, Joe?
It's been a while, but yes.
You ever
Sound like
You
a
ever
sub.
play Price is Right bingo?
No, I do like the prices right though.
Beast. You don't chill, Beast?
I don't know if Bill cheap the Beast chills.
So, Joe, who'd you
Yo.
pick?
What'd you say?
It's like a Bobby Midnight call.
Are you having a good day?
StreamYard sucks. What's up, David? Sucks. Chilling, Dave? Big chill out. Love it. Chilling, Dave?
What's up, guys?
Big chill out. Love it. Chilling, Dave?
You guys chilling?
I want to see Jake chill. Yes, we are. You hear me?
I hear you, buddy.
All right. See Jake chill. Jake.
Yeah, man, just chilling. JETS. Just. All right.
Got left on the lips.
Oh, boy.
Jake, what are you doing?
We're almost getting a win here. I can feel it. Come on, we got a few numbers.
Joe!
And unfortunately, I was not even close. All right.
JETS, Jets.
What else is on your mind, Big Joe?
Hey, who played this morning in the show in the Asmaniac Madness?
We didn't have a matchup. This is the last day for the round of 32, so we just did it on the afternoon show.
Oh, I see. And then when does the Sweet 16 start? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow afternoon.
Is it going to be all afternoon shows?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing in the morning?
Nope.
We're talking about Big Joe.
Okay. Who's going tomorrow?
Chef Kevin and the Lane Train.
Okay.
Good job.
Hey, Big Joe, you keep that energy down, all right? You're too hyper.
Well, you know, when I get done from my college job, I'm always trying to relax some. The rest of it's highly stressed. Trying to get players to on the roster, calling college coaches, calling college, potential college players, looking at transfer portal, Jets, Jets.
You're 1 of 1, Big Joe.
Trying to get high school teams to team camp. Trying to get Joe.
Well done by Big Joe. More of your calls. Atlantic City Phil has called back in. Phil?
I can't hear you again. I have to call back again. I can't hear you again.
Can you
I
hear
don't know why
me?
that happened.
Back to Big Joe we go. Joe?
Yo. But yeah, so when I get done with my stuff, I like to come home and relax.
You look relaxed.
Yeah, I try to be. I just got done watching the Orioles play.
And your thoughts?
They played well. They swept the White Sox 3-0.
More of your calls right now. Winston's on the line. Hey, Winston.
Mr. 11-6, Jake.
That's right.
What we're gonna. That's what
right.
we're gonna go with, Jake. I'm here to defend Aaron Glenn's honor. You know,
We're going to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Hey, listen, we are.
Yep.
Hey, Jake, listen, man. We're gonna go through a few things real quick and get spice up the end of the show. Okay. Now, would you agree with this? And when Geno went 8-8, he went 8-8 with the Jets. Is he a better player now or then?
Better now.
Okay. So
what happened the next year?
Well, no, forget all that.
I'm just saying, what happened the next year?
Yeah, I mean, he folded the next year. And
they went 4-12.
Things happen.
Right.
Yeah, okay. We know that. But he did make it to 8. And we've seen him make it to the playoffs. I believe in Geno. I believe in everything that's going on right now.
Okay.
I want to say a few things. So now, who is Aaron Glenn's mentor? Who would you say?
Bill Parcells.
Okay. And what did Bill Parcells do his first year?
So are you trying to say that Aaron Glenn is the next Bill Parcells? Is that your argument?
I'm just telling you, man, he comes from the tree.
Let's look at coaches who came from the Bill Belichick tree. What does that mean? Who cares?
Well, I'm just saying he came from the tree. And a lot of other people came from the tree as well.
Do you have any
like
recent examples you want to do?
Hold on.
The last 25 years?
Let's do it. I'm doing a history example.
Right, but let's use more recent history than someone that coached in the 80s.
No. We're going to Sean Payton now.
Okay.
And we're going to Sean Payton now, who was on Bill Parcells' staff in Dallas.
Okay.
Did his own thing with Drew Brees. And what
was Sean Payton's record in year 1?
I don't remember that offhand.
Oh, well, let me give you a history lesson. He went 10-6 and was the coach of the year in the NFL.
Okay, that's okay, great. But hey, listen, we're talking about the future. We're talking about what goes on after the fact, okay?
You wanted to talk about the past. So now I bring up the past because it doesn't fit your narrative, and now you want to talk about the future. Let's talk about the future.
No, all right. No, look, so 10-6, fine. All right, he got that. But I'm saying Aaron Glenn comes from that tree as well. It's the Jet tree, man. It's the Jet tree.
What does that mean?
So what I'm telling you is Aaron Glenn has influence from as a player and a coach and the coaches. Influence. So yes, when you get your job the first year, you go to school, say you enter college the first year or high school the first year, the things you know before you graduate, you know way more, correct? He's a first-time head coach. Okay. So please.
But he's not qualified to be the head coach based on how bad year 1 was. That's the point.
Bill Parcells had a bad year 1.
Bill Parcells is a extreme outlier. Let's go back over the last 25 years, Winston. Is that a big enough sample size? No. I let you give your history lesson. Let me give mine. Let's go back over the last 25 seasons, right? So from 2001 to 2025. Can you name me the head coaches that won 4 or fewer games in their first year that went on to win a playoff game? Name me all the coaches that did that.
No one's done that.
There's 2.
That won 4 or more or fewer?
Aaron Glenn was the 29th first-time NFL head coach over the last 25 years to win 4 or fewer games in his first season.
Oh, the other coach is the Browns, the guy from the Browns.
No. You're not listening to the stat. Only 8 of the previous 28 head coaches ever had a winning season with the team that hired them, right? And
who? All right, who's that? Who is it?
I don't have all 8, right? But Jay Gruden had 2 of them. Dan Campbell had 3. Zach Taylor had 4. Now, of those names, what do a couple of them have in common? Zach Taylor has a Hall of Fame quarterback. Dan Campbell's got an unbelievable team. He also has Jared Goff. Now let's take it a step further.
He didn't do well his first year either.
Right. Campbell's the best example you could cite, but my point to you is it's not the exact situation. So when you bring up history is not on your side when it comes to Aaron Glenn. That's my point to you. What did you think he did well in year 1, or what gives you confidence that he's going to turn out to be?
Because when you traded the best defenders, when you traded your best defenders after going 0-7, you started winning games. That shows me enough to say, let's give him a chance.
They started 0-7.
He traded his best players, then started to win.
But they started 0-7 with Sauce and Quinnen.
Exactly. The best players, the best defenders are Quinnen and Sauce.
They started 0-7. They should have won games with those best players you're talking about.
They didn't fit the scheme or the system.
What do you mean?
That's the point I'm trying to make.
They lost games.
His scheme. Every coach has a scheme and a system and wants their quote unquote guys. And they gave it a chance, and that's not his guys.
He got his guys. His guy was Justin
Fields.
His
guys now.
His words.
His guys now.
No, he said that
Fields
the team. He said that these were his guys.
The only bomb. We already discussed that, Fields, and we're making that up with Gino now.
Winston,
we're making that up with Gino now.
Winston.
And by the way,
Winston, you don't believe this. You don't actually believe this.
I do. I believe everything I'm saying right now.
No, you don't.
And I'm going to tell you this.
You're too smart of a guy to actually try and sell us this. You're too smart to believe this.
Because I know what I'm saying. Coaches, when you inherit a team, every player you inherit is not going to fit your system.
He wanted to keep these guys. He re-signed a lot of them. He chose to keep Tony Adams. He chose to re-sign Michael
friendly re-signing deals.
He paid Jamie and
a lot
Sherwood.
of them were re-signed. Sauce was re-signed on a trade-friendly re-sign.
What are you talking about,
If you look at the deal,
you're lying to the audience. Stop lying. You are. You're not acknowledging. We can't have a debate if you're just going to ignore facts. He chose to keep these players. They weren't just handed to him. He chose to re-sign Jamie and Sherwood, for example. He chose to pay Brandon Stevens. He chose to sign Justin Fields and get rid of Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
He chose to hire Steve Wilkes and Tanner Engstrand and all the other coaches that he fired. These were his decisions. Stop lying to the audience. Let's have an honest conversation about Glenn.
Okay, that's true. Everything you're saying is true. But
did they start 0-7?
He also,
what did he do well in year 1?
He found what he did wrong in firing these coaches. He found what he did wrong in assessing the situation of players they need and don't need. That's the point I'm trying to make. He's learning along the way.
How do you know the players they've added this offseason are the players they need? You have no idea.
The staff they hired, first of all, is incredible right now.
Incredible.
It's going to be incredible. Yes, it's going to be an incredible staff.
How many teams interviewed to Frank Reich? How many teams interviewed Frank Reich to be their offensive coordinator in the NFL? Anyone could have had Frank Reich. He wasn't in football last year. He was in college.
He was in college.
Right. But
did he apply though? Do we know if he applied?
How many offensive coordinator interviews the last 2 years has Frank Reich had?
Last 2 years? No, he was the last time he was the head coach of the Panthers, right?
Frank Reich has interviewed for one job in the NFL over the last 2 years.
Okay.
To be a coordinator.
Okay.
That's with the New York Jets. So tell me more about how great this coaching staff is.
I believe in the coaching staff because I believe in their history of what they've done in the NFL.
What history?
Bill Musgrave, he was with the Raiders, no? Wasn't he there?
A decade ago.
They were good. They were good at that time. So I'm going based off history of positivity, not negativity. When they did good things.
There's no such thing of a history of positivity. History is history. We can objectively analyze it.
Last year before he left, were they good? When he coached the defense last year, were they good? Before he left the Lions.
His last year in Detroit, they were. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And now he's going to be able to do that this year with coaching the defense. He's getting a chance to do it, is what I'm saying.
Winston, let's look at the history. His first 3 years, were they good?
Positive.
Were his first 3 years in Detroit good?
No. Well, the second to last year, was subpar, and the last year was good, and the year before that was not good.
So he's had one good year of the last 4.
I would say like 1.5. Like, go ahead. Yeah.
So now you look at this Jets defense that did not have an interception this past year, and you think that he's going to come in and where is their defense going to rank in the NFL?
They're gonna this year where the defense is going to rank.
Yeah. You have them winning
if
11 games.
Reese,
you came on the show and
I believe,
predicted they're going to win 11 games.
And I'm gonna stick with that. I believe the defense this year will be about 10-11 this year. Year, once he gets behind it. 10-11.
And where's the offense going to rank? If we're winning 11 games, like how many touchdowns is Geno throwing this year?
Geno's thrown 28 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
Okay. And how many
3,000 something yards? 3,000 something. I give him 3+.
How is that an 11-win team?
Because the defense.
The defense is going to show 10 or 11. How is that an 11-win team in the AFC?
That's okay. That's okay.
With the Jets schedule, what you just described is not an 11-win team. What is their special teams going to have multiple kick returns every game?
That too. We could take that in accountability how good it was last year as well, and we brought back
Winston. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. I appreciate your passion. Seek help. Thank you. God, I entertained that for way too long. 11-6. The funniest thing is he couldn't name one thing Glenn does well as a coach. You have Glenn Truther saying Winston's out of his mind. Kevin Tattoos, who never calls but loves the comment about the show, goes, I'm an AG supporter, and even I think this is dumb. You've lost the bootlickers. You bootlick to a level we've never seen before. Well done. Bravo. When you lose the bootlickers, that's when you know.
Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. And now, please, to our fans and viewers, let's get back to the Jake Asman Show. And now, back to our feature presentation.
Well, he's a bootlicker, Glenn Butt Sniffer, putting perfume on a pig and telling Jake, check to say he's a bootlicker, Aaron Glenn Truther, holding that rope and trying to sell us on this shit show.
My favorite part of that was he's like, I'm focusing on the positive history. I'm like, history is history. We got to talk about the positives and the negatives of it. If Glenn turns out to be a really good coach, he'd be a historic outlier. Don't give me Bill Parcells when, he only won 3 games in 1983, his first year with the Giants. Recent history. There are 2 head coaches who won 4 or fewer games in their first year and ended up winning a playoff game with their teams. It's Zach Taylor and it's Dan Campbell. That's it. Over the last 25 years of data. 25 years of data. Glenn is now the 29th first-time NFL head coach to win 4 games or fewer in his first year. Only 8 of the previous 28 ever had at least 1 winning season. And only 3 had multiple winning seasons. Jay Gruden with 2, Dan Campbell with 3, Zach Taylor with 4. Campbell and Taylor are also the only ones of the 29 to ever win a playoff game. History is not on Glenn's side, so you can't use the history argument for me. You have to explain to me why Glenn being good would be, he just like we had the Ty Simpson debate, like the overwhelming evidence is that Aaron Glenn's not going to be a good head coach. So what have you seen that we should still say, look, it didn't go well in year 1, but here's why it will be better in year 2? Because that's, as a Jet fan, what we're hoping, what we're banking on, if we're going to have any semblance of a fun season. Because there's no evidence of it. You can't use the history of positivity. That doesn't work. Matthias says Winston probably believes Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel weren't having an affair. I mean, look. Here's what was happening there, clearly. All right? They were just holding hands and catching up, obviously. You know, sometimes you drive 2.5 hours north to a 5-star resort to hold each other and catch up on some stories. Anyway. Man, when you lose the bootlickers, that's something. I just can't get over that last call by Winston. Let's say hello to Atlantic City
And
Phil, who keeps calling back in. Hello, Phil.
Difference. What's up, Jake?
Phil?
Can you come sit next to me for a second? I'm hanging out in a bar on the east side of Manhattan. We're having a baseball debate. I don't even know his name. What's up, Richie? What's up, man? You're on with
Hello.
the Jake. This is the Jake Asman show. What's up, Jake? Second biggest Jets fan in the world behind me. Fantastic. What's happening? What's up? We're
I
talking
don't
about
know.
the
You called me. What's going on?
We're talking about Yankees. No, we're talking about the Padres. Yes. And the Yankees. I think that Fernando Tatis is a Yankee by the end of the year. What do you think?
I don't know if they're going to trade him. What if they're in contention?
There you go. So it's thin that he would make the move, yes?
I mean, if he was available, I, of course, would be interested. He's a phenomenal
You-
player.
I agree that he's a phenomenal player, but do you think that Tatis would make the move if offered to switch and come out east?
What do you mean? Does he have a no trade? Is it up to him?
What he's saying is that he wouldn't want to necessarily play for the Yankees. And I'm like, everybody wants to play for the New York Yankees.
He wouldn't have a choice if they trade for him if he doesn't have a no trade.
If they do trade for him, right? He had no choice. But there are legacy guys.
That's enough internet for me today. All right, last chance to get in on the show. Raffle coming up shortly. Major Punich, God bless you, sir. In for 5. The back-to-back that we went from Winston to the guy at the bar. I can't. J-Boy in for 1. Thank you, J-Boy. I appreciate it. All right, I'm gathering all the names. What I need to do right now is play a short clip. And then at the conclusion of this clip, we're going to spin the Wheel of Champions. All right. It is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen before. But first, a word from Chef Kevin ahead of his showdown with the Lane Train tomorrow afternoon in our first Sweet 16 battle.
Ready? You said you want a juicy steak. Well, guess what? I got your juicy steak right here. The thing is dripping. You said you want a mushroom too, right? All right, I'm going to do it. You want a mushrooms? I got you. Get all those damn mushrooms. Look at that. Garlic butter with herbs. Look at that. Lane, you know I'm looking for you. Our match is coming up. You better be ready. I'm looking for you, Lane.
Now that, my friends, is a delicious steak. Minus the mushrooms, but I'll take that steak with some garlic and herb and a fresh thing of taters and a fresh bit of whole kettle corn and a garlic knot just to go with the spice. A little spice is a little nice. Now, let's get back to our feature presentation of the Jake Asman Show, and let's get ready for the Wheel of Champions. Leave a message at the beep. Thank you. Big Cho! Hello, Cho.
Hey, Beast, what's going on?
How you doing there? How's your back?
It's feeling better, thank you.
Well, there's a good sign. How is it down there? Is it cold? Is it warm?
It's about 50.
50? That's average.
Yeah,
That's
about
average. That's average for me. I can take 50, but I can't take 25. No. Too much. So what do you see, Cho? What do you see for the start of the NFL? What do you see?
Well, I'm hoping the Jets have a good season.
Oh. Well, that'll just that basically says it all. Oh.
Beast, you ready for the raffle?
Let's speed it up because I know you have half a headache. So probably tonight, take some Tylenol while you're at it. You look like you have one of those, like someone pounded your head about a couple of times. And you were like you were spinning in Mars. All right, now let's get into wheel mode, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready for those Wheel of Champions? Bring me the wheel. The spinner of the wheel. Are we ready to go to the wheel? Now, we're going to spin the wheel one time, and we're going to get some winners. At 3, 2, 1.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Hit the music. A Jets jersey is up for grabs. Make sure you get your votes in for either Bobby or Peg and Artie, because I'm going to close out Asmaniac Madness, the voting, very, very shortly. But right now, it is time for someone to win a jersey. Should you win, email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, your name, your address, the player you want the jersey in, and the size, and we will get it ordered for you this week. Good luck to everybody. But again, there's only, hold on, I just realized I forgot a name here. I forgot the Taken Carpet Monster. That's my bad. Carpet Monster. Taken Carpet Monster. All right, let me get Taken Carpet Monster on the wheel here. We got more names to add. Gator says, for Beast. Hey, Beast. Gator just gave you 2 entries.
You know what that means? Nah, 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 nah. Thank you, Gator. Na 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 na. Party, party, party. We like to party. Naughty, naughty, naughty. We like to party. Come on.
He kind of said thank you there, Gator.
What, look like a retard to you or something?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Gator, nicely done. I just added those. Here we go. Good luck to everybody. Nick Shine, I see your super chat, but I'm not adding it. Here we go. Spin the wheel. Thank God I checked. Look who just won. Taken Carpet Monster. He is in. And he has won a Jets jersey of his choosing. Hit the Jet chant for the monster. Let's go. Boom. Congratulations to Taken Carpet Monster on the win. Now, let's set the stage for Asmaniac Madness because, oh boy, was this a highly anticipated matchup between the 7 seed Party with Peg and Artie and the number 2 seed Bobby Midnight. But the people have determined that the winner of the battle is Party with Peg and Artie. Peg and Artie advancing to the Sweet 16 against Purple Belt Mike. Hit it.
It's time to party. We're gonna party. Jets fans will party with Peg and Artie.
Hey, Peg. Nobody gives a shit. That you all stink. Listen, bitch. Pay your fucking taxes, man.
This really wasn't what I expected.
Eat a bag of dicks.
It's time to party. With Peg and Artie. We're gonna party with Peg and Artie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peg and Artie officially have an intro, and they're on to the Sweet 16. Shout out to Gator for making that happen. Great job by Peg and Artie. What a performance they've had during this tournament. And the Sweet 16, just like that, folks, is officially set. Congrats to all 16 of the Asmaniacs who are still standing. Kyle Clifton, Peter Castro, Chef Kevin, Lane Kerner, Leany, Papa Jet, AJF, The Big Fella, Gary 3D Boxing, Dave Briga, Mr. Bonesy, Black Gypsy, Charles Gorman, Big Cho, PBM, and Peg and Artie. They are all in the Sweet 16. And now let the fun begin. We get it started tomorrow with the first matchup. Tomorrow afternoon, it will be the great Chef Kev against the Lane Train. So get ready for that one. On that note, I want to thank everyone who tuned in. You guys are the absolute best. RSVP if you're coming to the draft party. Make sure you join the Patreon if you're not already on there. patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to Tanky V for coming on at the beginning of the show. We did talk all about these crazy draft trades that Bill Barnwell suggested. I'll leave you guys with a video. Sit back and enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, JETS, 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 Jets. Hit it.
Look, I'm going to turn around.
Keep mooning us. There we go.
No. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I want to apologize for yesterday. I was trying to show off the name on my jersey, but my desk chair doesn't swivel. So I got up and I showed off my butt.
Is Brock Purdy gonna run for his life on the opener? Fuck yeah! He's gonna die. Let's go. Jets, 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 Jets. Let's go.
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Charles.
This rap is so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat, got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Charles.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fountain. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. While YouTube is blowing up, I'm doing my part. I excuse myself every single time that I fart. I'm Charles.
Jets, Yankees, comics, hip-hop, nobody compares when it comes to him.
He's Charles.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying to prop us. I'm the only one jumping over cars. Plus, he calls the show and he's always really loud. Shout out to Nick, you know he'd be proud. I don't like Zach or his family, they're Mormon. First name Charles, last name Gorman. I'm Charles, motherfucker.
You just witnessed the debut of a proud New York Jet fan and a Jake Asman production. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm Charles.
Hello.
Excuse me.
I still got a chance.
Excuse me.
And you'll never hear me do that.
Excuse me.
Unbelievable.
Women.
Oh, yeah, the dream season we've been waiting for is happening.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you gotta make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.